Welcome to First Things First, the weekday morning devotions from Pastor Stephen Miller at First Free Will Baptist Church of Morrison City in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Well, good morning and welcome to First Things First. Today is Monday, October the 2nd, and hope that you've had a good weekend this weekend, and I hope that the Lord blessed in a mighty way in the church services, and looking forward to getting back home. If you're watching this, I've pre-recorded this so that we can continue on in our First Things First ministry, and it's probably about 6 o'clock whenever this is going to go on to our Facebook page. And today we'll be traveling back home from Maryland, and ask you pray for us. We'll have a traveling mercy, and the Lord will strengthen us on our journey, and hope that it's been a good week, as we said there earlier, and hope that the Lord is blessed in a mighty way. Today, as we get into the verse of the day, our verse comes from Luke chapter 6, verses 17 through 19, which says, "And he came down with them and stood in the plain, and the company of his disciples and a great multitude of people out of all Judea and Jerusalem, and from the coast of Tyre and Sidon, which came to hear him and to be healed of their diseases. And they that were vexed with unclean spirits, and they were healed. And the whole multitude sought to touch him, for there went virtue out of him, and healed them all." And today, as we think about this, a great multitude came to see Jesus, and they'd heard about what he was capable of doing, what he was doing, and they heard about his healing powers, and they heard about the things that he had taught to the people about, and they wanted to come and see this man that could perform these miracles. They wanted to come and hear this man that taught so well, and was such a blessing to so many people. They wanted to come and see for themselves. So it said a great multitude came out of Judea and Jerusalem, came to see him. And as he looked on them, he had compassion on them, and he healed their diseases. He touched the unclean spirits. And as we think about Jesus doing this, we notice, first of all, that Jesus didn't shy away from the crowd. He didn't shy away from the diseases. He didn't shy away from the problems that people had. He was there for them and with them, and he came to them, and he didn't worry about them touching them, because he had the healing power. He had the strength to be able to heal, and the whole multitude, as it said, sought to touch him, and just to feel that power from him, and to have that healing that they stood in need of. And today we think of that as a great thing, and we don't see very much of that healing going on, and I'm not able to touch people, and I don't have that power in me, but Jesus can still touch. He can still heal, and he can still bless. But the main thing that we look at and we get out of this, though, is that people still have a need, whether it's physical or not. We all have a spiritual need. We all need salvation. We all need hope. We all need somebody to tell us that we have been healed spiritually, and Jesus is the only one that can do that. He's the one that can give us that life. He's the one that can give us that hope. He's the one that can give us the blessings of that healing, spiritual healing that we stand in need. He can bring salvation whenever it seems like it. There's no hope and no peace in our souls or around us. He can still heal that hurt that's inside of us. I know it seems like everybody has been hurt at one point or time. Let's be honest, there's been people that's been hurt in a church. Why is it that the church house is not absolutely full every time the doors are open? It's because a lot of times it's because people have been hurt in churches. And can I tell you this morning, if you were hurt in church, you weren't hurt by Jesus, you were hurt by uh, people. And we try to remedy that, and the people that hurt people are usually hurting themselves, to be honest with you, and they're trying to figure out some way to make themselves feel better, and that's not good. We need to think before we act and do so many times, and have grace and mercy like Jesus extended to us. Listen, the church is not full of perfect people, and it never will be full of perfect people. Matter of fact, some people have mentioned, and it's an old saying, that the church should be a hospital for hurting people, and that's exactly what we do. We come in and we hear the gospel. We worship the Lord, the one that is able to bring healing and bring strength, and we all need that healing. We all need that help today. So as we think about gathering together, looking for Jesus to bring that help, looking for Him to bring that hope in our lives, then we can trust in Him that He will give us that. Listen, people will fail you, and I hope that I've not failed you, but I'm human, and I make mistakes, and I will fail people, but Jesus never fails anyone. He's always there. He's the one that brings us that healing, that strength, that peace in our lives. He'll bring it to you individually, or He can bring it to the multitudes. He can bring it to the world. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. It's whosoever will. If we just trust in Him, follow His direction, follow His path, He'll give us that healing spiritually that we need. So, friend, I hope that you've had that healing. I hope that the Lord has blessed you with salvation and strengthened you. If not, today would be a great day to follow Him, accept Him at His word, and allow Him to take out those unclean spirits from you, and to bring that healing, that from the hurt, from the pains that you suffered in the past. Let Him bring that healing to you, and God can bless you in that. So I hope that you have a blessed day today. Hope that the Lord is again strengthening you in our journey, and hope to see you again tomorrow morning for another edition of First Things First. May God bless you as our prayers.
First Things First is a ministry of First Free Will Baptist Church of Morrison City. We are located at 211 West Carters Valley Road in Kingsport, Tennessee.